Actually,
Is it fiction or IRL?
yeah, it's gonna be Luffy versus Xeno versus Goku.
Okay, sure.
Okay, you
Okay.
want to get this going first?
Huh? Do you want to coin flip to go first? Oh, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I can go first if you want.
Yo, bitch, pick one, bro.
I can go first. One second.
You want to go first?
Um,
What do you want, bro? I'll do whatever you want,
you
bro.
said I'll
Tell
go
me.
first. Like, are you not
So
tracking?
you want to go first? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so I can just say this.
Oh my god.
I'll just list them all out first. So, he can manipulate objective probabilities. He can slow down time. He has like absolute nullification of abilities.
Wait,
He,
what do you mean manipulate objective probabilities?
it's like he can make it such that the probability of an event occurring is like non-zero to one. So
How
like he
does he
can
do that?
predict events occur. Does he do that? Like through one of his attacks.
Yeah, but like I'm asking, what's true of the attack that makes him, or like sorry, that gives him that ability?
What's true of the attack? It's just the nature of the attack. Like I don't know how to like break in depth further because it's a game.
What's the mechanism, bro? Like.
There's no specific mechanism. It's just a game attack.
Oh my god, what a fucking shave ass, bro. Imagine being so ass up, bro. Okay, whatever. Can you send the scans then?
Yeah, so
Also, can someone corroborate what he's saying? Like, there is no explanation as to how the attack does it. It just does it. Can someone
it's an
corroborate
attack
this?
in a game. Like it's attacking a card game. So like it doesn't really explain it, but I can translate that.
By proxy, can manipulate. Okay, is that the translation?
No, that's not the translation. That's just the explanation. But I get the translation.
I don't give a fuck about the explanation, nigga. Can I get the
I get the
translation?
So I
So
get the
ass, bro.
like it's just not tracking. But anyways,
Yo, I'm not tracking, even though I bitched you into fucking getting the translation for me. Like, I guess, bro.
okay, on to
Hey, trouble bitch. When are we debating, bro? Let's
Yo,
do
trash ass nigga, we can debate right now.
yeah, right after this debate.
Yo,
Right
see, bro.
Bet
Right after
that.
Yo,
this
see.
debate. Right after this debate. Don't duck. Let's
Hey,
get it.
bet. I'm not gonna duck
Yo,
you
see
again.
to chin, bro.
Pussy. Yeah, pussy.
You'll lose again, bro, for the third time.
We'll lose again, bro, for the third time.
Bro, see, bro. Stop airing me, bro.
My nigga, focus on Rizzhan, bro.
Can you give me like amps and DMs, like ironically?
Against Xeno fucking Goku?
Yeah, and I'm Luffy.
Why did you let him take Xeno Goku?
Because I want to prove a fucking point, bro. But I'm just kind of scared, bro.
That's like comp Goku, right? With all of the fucking
Bro, he's using card game scans, bro. I'm fucking cooked, bro. What the fuck?
look, bro. I mean,
yeah. Okay,
oh, it's this
I have
form of Goku.
I have the translation. I'll send it now.
Is it this form of Goku? I'm pretty sure he loses
Yeah,
to.
it is. But it includes like card games and shit, and like games and whatever the fuck, bro.
I'm pretty sure he loses to Kamba. So I mean, take it as you will.
All right, bet.
Okay, yeah, it says
Kamba.
here. Slightly slows down unit members has impact getting increases the chance of miracle
Bro, I never asked for this.
which
Yeah,
is
bro.
basically
Allah, he did send the translation, bro. Just don't
which
piss
is
me off.
basically a permanent attack that he has.
I'm ignoring what you said. And please send the translation.
Yeah, I sent the translation in chat.
Where?
In chat.
Gia slam C badly.
It says slightly slows down unit
Bro,
members
I'm
charge
gonna leave, bro. Bro, okay.
increases the miracle effect. The chance of miracle.
Where did you send the scan? Important scans?
No, just in general.
Okay, just in general. Can you send the kanji? Wait, what the fuck? Increases the chance of miracle perfect?
He's manipulating objective probabilities.
No.
Is when you increase the chance of something happening, then
What's miracle perfect?
it's one of the attacks that he uses.
Okay, and then what's this in context to?
This is in context to it raising the probability of
No, as in like what the fuck is the translation explaining, or what the fuck is the paragraph explaining?
explaining what the attack is and what effect it has on the other characters.
Yeah, but like the okay, and it's an attack on the characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why it increases the like I don't know why this gives him the ability to manipulate every probability ever I just think that like this
He
just gives
says
him a
it
higher.
gives him
I just think that this gives him a higher chance of achieving Miracle Perfect, in the same way that like Itadori might have a higher chance of Black Flash given certain whatever the fucks.
he says increases that he's able to do that with every attack. We're just saying that he has probability manipulation, that he should be able to do this with at least some events, or some events that have a non-zero
Listen,
probability.
listen, bro. Number one, I don't know why it's some events because they explicitly state that increases the chance of Miracle Perfect.
Yeah,
Number
that's
two, I don't know why this is not analogous. Sorry, I don't know why this is like not analogous to something like Yuji Itadori's Black Flash.
because with Yuji Itadori's Black Flash, like it's not like he's the one who's like consciously
Yo, you're
manipulating
actually a
the
retard, bro. You do realize I can also manipulate objective probability then, but like
well, no,
if I
because like you're
alter
not
certain
manipulating.
hold on. If I do a certain thing that might affect the probability of something else happening. So for example, if I
It affects the
piss
probability,
all
but
over the toilet
not
seat,
the same thing.
that increases the probability of my mum being my ass, bro. I don't know why that's fucking manipulating objective probability, bro. Also, Shinra lost a jester, bro. So ass.
Okay, yeah, that's something that you're doing, which then changes the probability of something. Like in this case, it's not just like something that Goku does, which changes the probability. Rather, it's something like inherent to Goku that's changing the probability. It's like it's something inherent to, like it's something that he consciously does. Like for example, when like
Wait, wait,
when
wait,
like
wait. What do you mean consciously does? I
I
don't know
don't
what
know
you're
why
talking
you
about.
should,
What do you
I don't
mean?
know why you can do it to me.
I'm interrupting you because I'm fucking asking you a question about your argument, nigga.
When I
What
mean
the
something
fuck are
that
you
he
talking
conscious,
about?
when I mean something that he consciously does, I just mean that like he can just will the objective probability higher without having to like necessarily
Wait,
do
okay,
the
dude,
entire act.
we're running into circles, bro. Because the thing I'm asking you is why is it not analogous to something like me or something like Itadori doing something that increases the probability of something else happening later, right? The way it's described in
He
the scan
exists
is that
outside the flow of time.
the way it's described in the scan is that the fact that he uses this attack would also increase the chance of miracle perfect happening. It's not the
Yeah, that's enough.
it's not described as Luffy, sorry, Goku just manipulating the probability at will. So
One
can
sec,
you
it's
move
there
on, bro?
that wait one sec, okay. It's there that Xenogoku exists outside the normal ordinary flow of time. And obviously in Dragon Ball, time encompasses possibility. Objective probability is a measure of possibility. Therefore, like he just exists outside like the normal flow of objective probabilities.
Wait, repeat.
Yeah, it's there that he and the time patrollers exist outside the normal or
Uh
ordinary
huh.
flow of time. Now in Dragon Ball, time encompasses possibilities. If he exists outside the ordinary flow of time, it would also mean that he exists outside like the ordinary concept of possibilities. And this probability is a measure of possibility because he just exists outside.
About like how possibilities work. Also,
Yes, I'll just get it soon.
also, you're using that to say what, bro? Like what does that even entail if I agree to it? Like,
Because
okay, he exists.
it just like
Hmm?
solidifies the interpretation of the scan that it's something like Goku wills.
No, wait. I don't think that fucking disagrees with my interpretation either. Okay, he
Yeah.
exists outside of regular possibility and hence probability. I don't know why that entails that he can manipulate it. I don't know why that adds credence to the interpretation that he can manipulate it. Unless I didn't hear something that you want to repeat.
No, because like if it's the case that we have this current statement, which is that like, you know, he's able to increase the chances of some attack happening via something that like he wills, and we also know it's the case that he's able to exist
You are
outside of
so ass. You are
yeah.
so ass.
We also know it's the case that he's able to exist outside of like the flow of objective probabilities,
Okay, guys.
and that'll simply just
The
increase the
argument here is
probability of
the argument here is
anything else
Goku is
affecting
able
the
to
probability.
increase the probability of something happening in specific, given his will. Okay, and his will here is just him using a certain attack. Okay, so I increase the probability of Shinra getting raped because I beat his ass and I strip him down naked and I send him to the streets. So this was done by my will. Explain how these two scenarios are not analogous. Like the scenario being the one described in the game and
because
the one being one I named.
because we know that probabilities in those scenarios are determinate. So probabilities in those scenarios are already determined by certain things like the regularities, by certain dispositions that you have. In this case, the probability is completely random. So whether like the chance of like the
Can you prove that?
miracle perfect wait one sec. Whether the chance of the miracle perfect happening is completely random, and this is solidified by the fact that Goku exists
Wait, prove
outside
that.
of the normal flow of objective probabilities.
Prove that. Prove that.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just prove that he exists outside of the normal flow of
No, I'm
objective
asking you
probability.
like, okay, him existing outside of time proves that probability is like random for the chances of miracle perfect, and I want you to prove that.
That wasn't even my argument. But one sec.
Okay, can you read the argument then? Because I'm not
Yeah,
tracking.
so the argument was in that your case, the probabilities are already determinate. So the probabilities are already going to be determined by certain regularities, propensities, dispositions that you have to do certain actions. In the case of Goku, when he just wills the probability to be,
Wait, can you
as
repeat
certain threat, repeat what?
like everything?
Yeah, I'll just repeat it one more time. So in your case, when you do an action and that action increases the probability of some other event happening, the probability is already determined. So it's already going to be determined by certain regularities, propensities, dispositions that you have, laws of nature that cause you to do certain things or cause the probability to be this way. In the case of Goku, when he just randomly, out of his own free will, wills the probability of an event to be X, it's not going to be dependent on any regularities or laws of nature. It's just some brute contingent event that's obtained. And we also know that he can do this because of the fact that he exists outside of time, and time
Okay,
is taken to be
okay. So
infinite
from
possibilities.
from what I heard, it's like he's probabilities for me and you and each story are like determinate based on like prior events. But then because Goku exists outside of time, um, probability for him is like random or like it's brutally contingent or something,
He,
right?
well, like that's part of the picture. It's not the full picture, but it's part of the
Uh huh.
picture. But I can
Okay.
send a
So
scan
like,
for why they
can we
exist.
move on with this being like the thing we agreed to?
One sec. I'll just get the scan. One sec.
Okay, and then okay, and he but then the issue is he's doing this attack within time.
He's doing with this attack within time. Well, he's able to do it outside of time, but like,
Prove that.
doesn't really matter. Yeah, he does. He's able to like. I'll just send the scans for him being in the
Wait,
crack
how
of
far?
time, but
Wait, actually, never mind.
he fires Demogorgon in the crack of time. But I'll just send the scans one sec. Also, he's able to keep his memory when history is erased, but that doesn't really matter.
Okay, I want two scans: him transcending time and him using the attack outside of time. Also,
Okay.
how fast do you think he is outside of time, or in general?
I mean, I don't really think you can properly give like a quantification of speed when it's outside of time.
Okay, I don't even understand what it means for like events to be happening outside of time. To be honest.
I mean, maybe you can like maybe you can like explain it into like daily causal relations, right? So, for example, like you can take the case that
Bro, it says wait, bitch. It says the normal flow of time. Like I don't
yeah,
even like okay, like what the fuck is the normal flow of time, bro? Like
the normal flow of time is the ordinary, like usual flow of time. So like he's able to exist outside of it. He's not affected by, for example, histories being erased.
can I
Because somebody who does exist inside the ordinary flow of time would be able to. Like when histories are erased, he keeps his memories, which isn't supposed to happen. Like if a timeline is
but
erased, his
then
timeline is erased.
like for me, all this could mean is that he's in a different timeline when this is happening. Like I don't
No,
even
he's
understand what
literally in this. No, like because when a history, okay, for example, when Trunks fights, I'm not when Trunks fights Hachion, I'm pretty sure, and Hachion gets erased, all of the histories about Hachion got erased, and
in
so
that timeline.
all of the events, no, not in that timeline because they fall in the same timeline. All of the events that happened to all of the events that happened to Trunks should also be erased because Hachion never existed. He was conceptually erased, but Trunks still remembers the existence of that timeline, and he also remembers the existence of Hachion, which implies that time patrollers exist outside the ordinary flow of time.
Okay, so like then they're not affected by the events in a specific timeline, right?
Yeah, like they're able to like not be affected by the event. Like all of history could be erased. It could still like
Okay,
um
okay. I think I just say this to mean that like they exist in some way in a different timeline, and then for the timeline they get erased and or something happens to them, and that's like a bit like whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter to them. That's fine.
I don't know, because there's been times where they've been in the same timeline as this person who's been conceptually erased from history, and they still remember this person. So if it's in the exact same timeline,
Wait,
and that person got
is it explained by the fact that the flow of time thing, or is it explained by like something else in the show?
no, they don't explain. Okay, so they don't explain what happened. However, I think that we can make the inference from them being time patrollers, because we never see this happen with non-time patrollers. Anytime a timeline is released, like we never get mention of these time patrollers actually remembering what had happened. But Trunks and Goten, Zeno Trunks and Zeno Goten are time patrollers, and in the scan I sent it says he's a time patroller, like they exist outside the ordinary flow of time, or displaced from the ordinary flow of time. Which
Okay,
seems
okay.
to like corroborate
That
the
like
actual.
okay, hold on. That might be fine, but I just don't understand how being an outside or displaced from like the regular flow of time means you're unaffected by things that happen within a certain timeline. I don't understand how those two things can be explained. Also,
I
my
already,
phone, wallahi, my phone's on percent. Give me a sec.
yeah, okay.
Yo, getting amped. No, I'm playing.
We might have to fucking postpone, bro. Ironically, okay, it's in charge now. If I stop talking, you know what happened, bro.
Yeah,
Good.
so in the manga we have So in the manga we have Xeno Trunks and Ten speaking to this guy, can't remember his name. And in the scan it basically says those people, that whole time scroll was erased. So a time scroll basically just holds the whole history. How could you? And he says this was the fate of these histories, that's all. So he states that he erased all the histories, yet these people still remember those histories, which wouldn't make sense. So it seems to imply that the time patrollers are outside the normal flow of time.
Um. The whole thing I'm asking you is like how those two things are correlated. Like, okay, um, he's erasing everything that happens within a timeline or the history of a timeline, and they still remember the history of the timeline.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way, when you say history, like that just pertains to like all of the events that happen within that timeline.
No, it would pertain to one, all the events that happen within that timeline, and number two, that timeline existing in the first place. Because when you erase a history, you erase it from you're erasing the very fact that it existed because it's in the past. Like if I erase an event from the past, that's obviously going to affect events in the future. But these guys aren't affected by anything, even though they met people from these timelines. They met people from these timelines and they're not affected, which implies that they're displaced from the normal flow of time.
Oh, I agree that they exist outside these timelines. Yeah,
Timelines, and if the
as in they're unaffected by disruptions to timelines. I can agree with that much. I just disagree that they exist completely separated from time.
okay, so you disagree that they exist completely separated from time.
Nah, I said the opposite.
Oh, so you agree that
Nah,
they
I didn't say the opposite. Fucking track, bro. What the hell? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, bro?
okay, so you disagree that they completely exist outside
Como
the
como no tracking. Sorry, that wasn't funny. But yeah, the whole point is that
asking a question, man.
actually it was funny. All right. So you want me to clarify?
Yeah,
The whole point is that. Oh, so yeah, can we end up in 10 minutes? Can we conclude in 10 minutes?
yes, no.
Okay. The whole point is that they might be displaced from these timelines, but I don't know what that means. They're like completely separated from time, which is the thing
But
you said the first times. Yeah.
no, it literally says they're displaced from the ordinary flow of time.
Okay,
Time would obviously
that's not a response.
wait
That's
one
not a
sec.
response.
Wait
Not a
one
response.
sec. Wait one sec. Timelines imply that these things exist within time. And so if they're displaced from the ordinary flow of time, it would also imply that they exist from the ordinary flow of the timelines, because the timelines just exist condensed within this time. Unless you think that like they're talking about like time as like a countdown. So, like they're counting the amount of different times there are. But that's not what's implied by this guy.
Oh, I zoned out, kid. Uh, So wait, I'm
Track.
sorry. Repeat yourself.
No, track.
Just repeat yourself, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'll repeat myself.
Good boy. Good boy. What the
So
fuck?
okay, so obviously timelines are going to be encompassed in time. That's literally what it means to be in a timeline. You're just a different, like continuity of the way things could have been, or maybe you branch out from a different timeline, but they're all encompassed
Okay.
within time.
Can I interject
And
then?
so, yeah, you can interject.
Okay, I think they're separated from like the timelines that they can be present in, right? But that doesn't mean they're like separated from a timeline. They might be a part of some timeline that exists, which is why I need
Nobody's
you
saying
to
that they're
fucking.
not. Wait, nobody's saying that they're not a part, or like they can't will to be a part of these timelines. We're just saying that it's not like, for example, it's inherent to me that I'm a part of this time, I'm a part of this timeline, but we're just saying that it's not inherent to them, and these people can hop. This is the reason why they can hop in and out of times, and they can remember events that shouldn't be able to be remembered, and why like they can exist in the crack of time. I think that's kind of that Goku existing in the crack of time, which by the name is a crack outside of time. But for
Yeah, but
obviously
like
it's inherent.
the crack. I don't know if that name entails what you think it does. But keep
Wait,
going.
I can just get this guy for the crack of time being outside of time then. That's fine.
Okay. Like I still don't know what it would mean for these characters to be outside of time. Ironically, like events happening. Okay.
Obviously, like outside of time, we're saying it's inherent to the nature, like as we have this limitation that we must follow a temporal sequence of events. We must be in time. They don't have this type of
Yeah,
limitation.
but I'm
It's a
saying like events are happening outside of time anyway.
yeah, sure. I already told you that you can have like
Yeah,
a
I
non.
just don't understand how that would be outside of time. That's a contradiction
I
to me.
just told you that you can have like a non-temporal or kind of causal relations. So I was gonna give the example where you
Mm-hmm.
have like carcinogens and cancer. It's just in the definition of what a carcinogen is. There's
Oh,
like
and then like the king and the kingdom, right? Like the king and the
king in the
kingdom.
kingdom.
Like yeah, um like they come at the same time. Like yeah, king causes the kingdom, but like there's like
I
no
was gonna say
distinction
like
when they happen.
even
And like
like
yeah.
conceptualize an
I know,
empty.
bro. I
Yeah.
know. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart.
No, but like no, that wasn't the example I was gonna give. But conceptualize an empty world in which you have like no time or really have no.
I don't care. I agree that like I agree with that, but that's not my point. I said like I said events in order. Like they're ordered events that happen outside of time.
Yeah, I think carcinogens and cancer is also an odd event. Like cancer won't ever it's never causally or ontologically prior to a carcinogen. Carcinogens are always ontologically prior, and then cancer is
Okay.
ontologically
When
causation,
like when I say order, I'm just saying that these events are seemingly temporally ordered. All right, like
seemingly temporally ordered. And what makes you think like they're like intentional or what they are, just that they're temporally ordered?
it just fucking looks like that.
Looks like that, like okay. It looks like it's sure, but there's not going to be any other way that they're going to be able to present this. And since the most familiar way of causation that like we're acquainted with is temporal causation, like obviously it's going to look like that, but that doesn't mean that just because our experience tells us that there is only temporal causation, that means necessarily there is only temporal causation.
Pardon? Oh, like so you're saying the reason why we have that like the reason why I have this intuition or whatever can be because I'm only acquainted with temporal causation, right?
Yeah. Like we're not acquainted with any instances like non-temporal causation because we're inherently temporal
Yeah, but
beings.
like you were going to give an example of um atemporal causation or
Yeah,
whatever.
but we never like actually had an experience or actually
Okay,
seen
but
a
then
temporal causation.
you do agree if I can conceptualize a scenario or if I can think of a scenario where there is atemporal causation, there is some way that a fictional author can portray atemporal causation, right?
No, I don't think that we can like actually. I don't think we can imagine atemporal scenarios in the sense that we can imagine temporal scenarios. For example, like in an atemporal scenario, I probably can't imagine like the carcinogen actively causing cancer. Maybe I can't do that.
Look,
I can
look,
only
look,
just like
look,
come to
look,
the conclusion that it's coherent.
look, bro. Take like maybe that's you. Also, my phone is going down again. It like shot up to 7%. Now it's 6%. Okay, like I'm not a fucking metaphysics debater, bro. But like I think I can give you an example where like we can conceptualize atemporal causation.
I'm not just talking about conceptualizing it because what I mean by conceptualizing it is just like coming to the conclusion and having rational deliberation about it that this thing is a coherent concept. However, like experiencing something is different from conceptualizing it. Like we can like make
Okay,
clear images in
okay,
our head
when I say conceptualize, I'm just saying make a mental image of.
and make a mental image of. Like I don't
Yeah,
think we can
I
make a
think we
mental
can make
image
a
of
mental image of a
atemporal.
scenario where like there's atemporal causation happening, or where
That's
like
correct.
something, or like where something happens at the same time temporally as something else, but it's still causally prior. I
Well,
can give an
okay, so
example.
like okay, so you think it would be causally prior and it
Yeah,
would just
I
exist
can give an
simultaneously.
example of something being causally prior, but not
No, but
like temporally.
giving an example is different from saying
An
like you
example
have a
that
mental
happens in the
image
real world.
existing.
An example that happens in the real world.
Okay, you can give
Real
the
world.
example.
Okay, so the king is causally prior to the kingdom, but the kingdom is like they arise at the same time.
That's just simultaneous temporal causation. That's not atemporal causation. What I mean by atemporal causation is causation that is outside of time and includes causal priority.
What's
Obviously, that
wait
doesn't
like
include
what would be the difference between like something happening at like at the exact same time? So like the wait no, I don't give a fuck, bro. I think that's not just enough, bro. Like ironically, like what's the difference, bro? Like
the difference is that there's a difference between simultaneous temporal causation and causation where and atemporal causation where there is still causal priority. Because in a simultaneous example, there is no causal priority. Whereas in an example where we have atemporal causation, and for example, a carcinogen causes cancer,
wait,
and
but you agreed that like some events are like causally and like and ontologically prior in like this fucking scenario where like Goku's at the crack of time. You already agreed to that.
yeah, I'm saying that we can't form a mental image of that. However, we can use rational deliberation to come to the conclusion that it is coherent.
I'm so confused. Okay, because is this you not giving an example of something within the verse that's happening like externally to time, but it's still causally and ontologically prior. And then when I give an example of something that's like causally prior but like not temporally prior, you want to like fucking say it's distinct? Like what?
But no, because in that example, there is no causal or temporal priority. Like the
The
king
one I
isn't
gave.
causally, yeah, the king isn't like causally prior to the kingdom.
What do you think it means for something to be causally prior?
What it means for something to be causally prior is just that X brings Y into existence, and the relation between X and Y is
Yeah, the
irreflexive,
king, the
asymmetric, and
king,
transitive.
the presence of a king brings the kingdom to existence.
What did you say?
The presence of a king brings the kingdom to existence.
That wasn't the full characterization. You didn't let me finish. I said the relation is irreflexive, asymmetric, and transitive. Is that relation irreflexive,
Wallahi, I don't
asymmetric,
debate
and
metaphysics,
transitive?
bro. Wallahi, I'm not a metaphysics debater, bro. So like, I
Oh,
don't
you
care.
dumb man.
Can you
We
just
can conclude.
like get into like what those means?
We can conclude.
Want to conclude with
Yeah.
you? Okay, I'm gonna dismiss everything you said about reflective or
Wait,
fucking
what?
yeah, because you don't want to explain it.
Wait, are y'all concluding or what?
I'm not gonna give my conclusion, bro. Just give the judgment,
Yeah, you
bro.
can just get
Yeah, okay. So are you concluding the whole debate or just this point?
for this one.
Entirety of the debate. I think I fucked this kid in the pussy.
Wait, but you only got into 1 point, so then wouldn't Rizzhan just win?
Um,
Yes, just
Okay, then
do
Rizzhan
that,
won then.
please.
But,
what? Bro,
oh,
what?
wait, no.